Hello, everyone. Wishing everyone what I hope will be a Shavua Tov, and hope even further will be a Moadim L'Simcha. The Sefer HaManhig, 13th century, Rabbi Hararchi, asks the following question. He saw something very strange, what we colloquially call korech. Namely, he saw communities that dipped the matzah with the charoset. We usually put it with the maror and the charoset. But he says, matzah happens to be the symbol of freedom. It's a happy part of the Seder. And charoset reminds us of mortar and blood. Why are you mixing the two? Says the Sefer HaManhig, I don't know why. It's very strange. Unfortunately, for the residents of Israel, specifically for the residents of Efrat, specifically for the residents of the community of Zayit in which I live, this is not a hard question this year. Matzah was literally mixed with blood. When human beasts shot 22 bullets on a lovely and special family that we're privileged to call both neighbors and friends. A lovely and special family that all they wanted to do was go on vacation up north. And because of hatred of Jews, 2 of their wonderful daughters were killed, and the mother now is in critical condition. And the question that so many have asked me is, it's Pesach, are we allowed to mention it? After all, we're not allowed to mourn. I'd like to say 2 things. Number 1, just because we're Jewish doesn't mean we're not human beings. And a human being feels for another, and feels the suffering, especially of a neighbor and a fellow Jew. Do you say it publicly? Is a different question. Do you stifle celebration is another question, but not the feel? Out of the question. Of course we feel. And number 2, specifically regarding Pesach, I think we have this particular Pesach, a job. In the Hallel, we don't just say each and every day of Pesach, Hodu la Hashem ki tov, let's give thanks to God, or Zeh hayom asa Hashem nagila v'nismecha bo, this is the day God you made, let us be happy. We also say the words, Mina meitzar karatiya, anani b'merchavya, from the dire straits I call out to you, God. Please answer me in abundance, in a wide way. We say, Ana Hashem Hoshiana, God save us. And I always felt it was the height of stupidity when I heard a chazan sing Hodu like Ana Hashem Hoshiana. Either Ana Hashem Hoshiana is being sung inappropriately, or Hodu is, because one is thanks and one is pleading to God to save us. I believe this Pesach we have, amongst so many other things, one specific job in reference of Hallel, to have the right kavanah at Hodu, to thank God for these days of Pesach, and not to give our enemies another victory. But at the same time, to have kavanah when we say, Ana Hashem Hoshiana, God save us. Ana Hashem Atzlichana, God make sure we're successful, and most importantly, the security forces of Israel be successful in past, present, and future dangers. The bottom line is that we didn't yet open the door for Eliyahu at our Seders and said, Baruch haba, welcome. We unfortunately opened the door and said, Shvoch chamatcha al hagoyim asher lo yeda'ucha, va'al mamlachot asher b'shimcha lo kara'u. Pour your wrath on the nations that don't yet recognize your name, a name of morality, a name of kindness. That's what I believe is our job, this particular Pesach, to have absolute kavanah celebrating Pesach, and at the same time, absolute kavanah when we say, God save us. God, from dire straits, we're calling out to you. May it be God's will to show solace through so many of us to this wonderful family, to do everything we can to help them, and hopefully to do all we can to prevent future tragedies here in the land of Israel. Wishing everyone from the bottom of my heart a hopefully quiet week, a week of pure simcha, together with a week of praying out loud to God to prevent future tragedies. As the Mishnah says, Modeh le'she'avar v'tzo'ek la'atid lavo. Give thanks for the past and scream and pray to God for the future.